Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. Monday night's NBA card brings about a steady night of value, and I have found a lot of it here this evening. One of the games that I'm particularly intrigued about is the Charlotte Bobcats playing host to the Atlanta Hawks tonight. The Bobcats are a 2.5-point home favorite, total of right at 200 points. Now the Charlotte Bobcats came off of a back-to-back yesterday afternoon. Good news for them is though it was an afternoon game, so plenty of time to get back home, rest up for this game tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. However, this is their third game in 4 nights, but the Bobcats do play very, very solid defense at home. I think it should give them a solid advantage here against the Hawks tonight, but I'm not taking the spread with this one. Going with a bet on the total at right at 200 points, and I think the under has to have the value between these two teams. Of course, the Bobcats only giving up about 93 points per game at home this season. Hawks coming in shouldn't have much scoring in them here this evening, even though they're facing a Bobcats team that played yesterday. Charlotte's defense going to slow this game down as much as possible. They're going to play half-court style of offense, keep the Hawks from getting up in pace. And even though the Hawks defense has been horrible this season on the road, giving up about 105 points per game, Charlotte ranks in the bottom in the league in home scoring as well, just because of how good their defense plays at home and how slow they play. Charlotte also only 10-9, cashing the over off a back-to-back, so right at 500 in that realm. And they are, however, 11-3, cashing the under as a home favorite this season. So I think 200 points, just a little bit too inflated for these two teams on the Monday night here. I'm going with the under. Next game on for your NBA picks of the day is the Utah Jazz heading into Houston to play the Rockets here tonight. The Rockets are a huge 13.5-point favorite in this one. Once again, though, going with a wager on the total here at 203.5 points. Houston now, after losing yesterday to Miami, is on a 3-game straight-up losing streak. Coming off of a back-to-back here tonight, should be, probably try to be a get-right game for them. And even though I do think they will be able to win this contest against the Utah Jazz, I'm not really sure I am gutsy enough to take a 13.5-point spread between either of these two teams. But I think the over here has to have some value at 203.5. With the Rockets' will to win in this one after losing 3 straight, they're going to need to keep pace, and this is obviously a get-right game against one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. I think we can excuse a little bit of their 3-game losing streak, 3 straight losses to 3 very good teams, Miami, Oklahoma City, and Chicago, giving up, though, about 110 points per game in those 3 games. Even though Utah is probably not going to have even close to that, I think the Jazz will be able to score just a little bit here tonight on the Rockets coming off of the back-to-back. They too are Jazz 2 also coming off of a back-to-back here. Only 8-11 cashing the over on no rest with this one, but Houston's defense obviously gives up some points in this one, and Utah should have no problem, even if the Rockets blow them out. Should be a higher scoring game, I think, at 203.5, just a little bit undervalued here. It's not really a slam dunk, but no one really to stop Howard or Harden for the Rockets on Utah here tonight. And Houston, 8-9, cashing the over off of a back-to-back. So really, it's really steady in that department. Could go either way. Like I said, not really a slam dunk pick here, but I do think that if this game is indeed a blowout, with both these teams coming off of games yesterday, should be a little bit higher pace in scoring. So over 203.5, I think, is the play on that one. Add that to under 200 between the Hawks and the Bobcats tonight. Best of luck to you on this one. Make sure you check out a couple of my other NBA picks today, but until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.